Okay, what I have here is Timothy McSweeney's Quarterly Concern, the issue number 1, 2, and 3 bundle. This is the second printing from 2002. My notes on this, all the second printings of the first 3 copies of the Quarterly Concern were sold in a bundle. And there's a heavy stock band that goes around all 3 volumes, and it was shrink wrapped. Any second printing that you see loose by itself, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, is from a broken bundle. And you don't see a whole lot of intact bundles. They're fairly hard to come by. But this one is still intact. My notes here. Put this at very good. These copies are all very good. Not amazing, but without significant issues. They're nice copies. Most importantly, for an early issue, for an issue 1, 2, or 3, they do not show excessive age toning or soiling, which is the big problem on the first 3 issues. They age tone very easily, exposed to light and air. They also soil very easily. These copies are still nice, bright, high white. Maybe not the pure snow white when published, but nice copies. What else do I have here? Okay, and I've made notes on each piece, so that's what we'll look at now. On the band, heavy stock paper band, black text on a silver field. My notes on this: intact, no tears, a little rubbing at the corners. At the corner edges, there's sign of a little bit of rubbing, of shelf wear. On the back, there's a shelf wear ding, top and bottom on the left-hand side. And this is the primary flaw on the band. Check out the pictures. The pictures will show this better than the video. The worst part of the ding is at the top, right here. We don't have a tear, but it definitely took a bang. And it's also visible at the bottom, but less so. But check out the pictures to get a good look at the ding. What else did I say about that? The edges are generally crisp, not undinged, but generally crisp on the edges, top and bottom. There is a slight bend, and you can just see it in the light here. You just see it in the light here. There's a slight bend in the front at the bottom, just left of center. Not a crease, just a slight bend, but it's there, so you need to know about it. Again, check the picture out. It probably shows it a little better than the video does. And that's really all there is to say about the band. We have the McSweeney's colophone, the chair, that before I take the band off, see how much, I don't know how well the video is going to show these. We'll spin them around anyway. It's a nice little bundle. again, we've got a right there is a pretty good little ding there. Also here, all things considered, not a bad band at all. Issue 1. My notes on issue 1. Cover still a high white, minimal age toning, unsoiled. Age toning and soiling, that's the big problem with the first 3 issues. They age tone and or they soil. These are still nice, high white, maybe not the pure Snow White when published, but not far from it. Slight cover lift. You see just a touch of cover lift at the corner here. Spine is unbroken and unbent. Was not, if it was red, it wasn't red much. Check out the pictures. The webcam's not going to show that. Spine is unbroken, unbent, and the spine is unchipped. In my notes, I said chipping at the head and tail of the spine is very common on the first 3 issues. This is unchipped at the head and the tail of the spine. It's a very common problem on the first 3 issues. Pages are white and bright, clean and crisp. The 4-edge corners do not show signs of reading wear. They haven't been thumbed out. Couple of small dents in the cover, more easily felt than seen. If you put them in the right glancing light, you see 3 little dents. It's easier to feel them than to see them. And that's it. A very nice copy. Issue 2. And my notes on these 3 issues are not going to be much different. This bundle was kept together since 2002. It's not a married bundle. So we don't have one with age toning from another bundle married into a really nice copy from another bundle. This is an unbroken bundle. Issue 2. Cover is still a high white. Minimal age toning, unsoiled. I observe no cover lift. If this had been read much, you would be seeing cover lift. It's the easiest way to tell if a paperback's been read is just to lay it down and see how much the cover lifts. You can't hardly open a paperback without introducing a cover lift. Spine is unbroken, unbent, unchipped. Again, check out the picture. The video is not going to really show it. We are unchipped. There is a dent at the head, right in the center. Small dent, but it's not a chip. We haven't lost any of the cover. The bottom right corner of the back cover was struck at some point, and it's left a ding in the back cover about 1 3/4 inches long. The ding is visible on the back cover. It's visible, but not standout, in my opinion. And the strike can be felt on the interior pages. There is it would be called a bend, I suppose, but it wasn't a bend. It's the result of a strike at some point. Probably some other book was dropped on this. So it looks like a bend, but it's really not. And it goes from here about 1 3/4 inches up here. But in my notes, I have said the strike can be felt on interior pages, but not really seen. By feel, you can make it out for sure. By feel, it goes about 1/3 of the way through the text block. So I think a book got dropped on that corner. Only visible on the back cover. And this is the primary flaw in this volume. So this bend, if you will, is visible. And you can just make it out by eye on the first few pages. But really, the best way is to feel it. You can feel where it was, and you can feel it through. You can feel it that it rippled through the text block a little bit, but it's basically not visible. But I found it, so I mention it. Pages are white and bright, clean and crisp. 4-edge corners. Do not show signs of reading wear. It's not been thumbed out. It's a very nice copy. It's a very nice bundle. And intact bundles and bundles that haven't been married, fairly hard to come by. Issue number 3. Again, cover is still a high white, minimal age toning, unsoiled. Can't stress that enough. That's the big thing to watch for if you're buying the first 3 issues, whether you get it from me or somebody else. That's what you really want to watch for on the first issues. Are they age toned? Is the color right? Are they soiled? Are they filthy? Because they get filthy very easily, and there's not much you can do about it. Observe no cover lift. No cover lift. There is a ripple, basically right here, right at the top edge. My notes. There's a ripple at the top edge, just to the right of the spine. The ripple does reach into the text block. No sign of water damage, no sign of humidity damage. My feeling is that a heavier book or books were placed awkwardly on this book for some period of time, and it's introduced just a touch of a ripple. It's barely visible. It's another thing where you really, it's more of a feel, which is true with many book issues. The things that can't be seen can be felt. So there's a slight ripple here, and if I go into the text block, I can feel it a little bit. I really can't. I can sort of see it, but it's easier to feel. Anyway, that's my feeling of how that ripple got there. It's barely visible. Let's see, what else do we have here? It's never bothered me, and certainly does not threaten my grade of very good. These copies are very good. There is a what do we have here? Yeah, there is a 1/8 inch closed tear at the foredge, about 1/3 of the way down from the top. And this is the main flaw on this volume, right here. Check out the picture. The video is not really showing it, so check out the picture. There's a closed tear right here, about 1/8 of an inch. That's really the only significant thing to point out here. Well, I know that's not significant, but it's the only thing really to point out about this. There is a short diagonal bend. It's a bend, not a crease. It's a very light bend at this corner. I mention it because if you don't buy this, then don't buy it. Like all of my books, I have no issue pointing out every little thing, because if they don't sell, I'm happy to keep them. It is pretty it is pretty picky to find a note. However, I found it, so I have noted it. I didn't even see it until a couple minutes ago. The spine is unbroken, unbent. The spine is unchipped, like the other volumes, though the tail does show a touch of shelf wear. So we have another, and again, check out the picture. This is not something for the webcam. This is why I use pictures and text and video to give the whole sense of what I have. Anyway, spine is uncracked, unbent, unchipped. We do have some shelf wear here. It may have taken a little bump, something like that, but it's not chipped. We've not lost cover material, and it's very common on the first 3 issues is the covers, as they age tone, especially the ones that have age toned, they get brittle, and when they start to age tone, the spines start to chip a lot and you lose material. What else we have here? Pages are white and bright, clean and crisp. 4-edge corners do not show signs of reading wear. A very nice copy. So there you go. Issue 3, issue 2, issue 1. The Band Bundle. Second printing, 2002, an unmarried correct bundle. There you go.